Picture a mirror. It stands about 12 feet tall, encased in ancient dark iron. It sits in a dimly lit hall facing east, catching the faint light of a sun you can no longer feel. When you look into this mirror, you don't see your face. You don't see your clothes. You don't even see your body. You see your secrets. You see the money you stole when no one was looking. You see the lie you told your mother on her deathbed. You see the perils of your own heart. In the West, hell is often a pit of fire run by a fallen angel. It's chaotic, it's eternal. But in the East, hell is different. Hell is a government office. It's a bureaucracy. It has judges, scribes, paperwork, and filing cabinets. And it doesn't care about your excuses. It cares about your math. This is Diyu, the Earth Prison. It's not designed to torture you forever. It's designed to fix you. It's a brutal, bloody washing machine for the human soul. And tonight, we are going to walk through the gates, past the demons, and stand before the 10 kings to answer the only question that matters. What is the weight of your conscience? To understand this journey, you have to forget Dante's Inferno. Forget the circles of hell. Think of a long, dusty road at twilight. They call it the Huangquan Lu, the Yellow Springs Road. In Chinese mythology, when you take your last breath, you don't float up to a fluffy cloud. You start walking. The air is thick with a black mist. There is no sun, no moon, just a bitter wind that cuts right through your spirit. And you aren't walking alone. You are being escorted, or maybe dragged, by two terrifying figures, Oxhead and Horseface. They look exactly like their names imply. Bodies of men, heads of beasts, carrying iron chains. They are the cosmic police. They don't bargain, and they don't take bribes. This road leads you to the Ghost Gate Pass. Think of this as customs at the airport, but strictly one way. You need your papers. You need your road guide. This is where the obsession with bureaucracy starts. In the Chinese afterlife, everything is documented. If your family burned paper offerings for you, this is where you declare them. But the real test comes at the river, the Nai Ha, the river of helplessness. It's not water. The legends say it's a torrent of blood and pus, teeming with copper snakes and iron dogs. Spanning this filth is a bridge. And here's the system. If you were virtuous in life, the bridge is wide and golden. You walk across easily. But if you were wicked, the bridge becomes a slippery, narrow log. Demons push you off, and you fall into the vermin-filled water below. It's a terrifying image, but it establishes the rule of the land immediately. Physics doesn't matter here. Karma matters. Your moral weight determines gravity. Once you cross, the real trial begins. You enter the first court. Welcome to the Intake Center, the first court of King Qingwang. This king isn't a torturer. He's a triage nurse. He receives every soul exactly 7 days after death. He opens the book of life and death, checks your ID, and looks at your lifespan. If you lived a good life, you might skip the horror show entirely and go straight to rebirth. If you committed suicide out of spite or triviality, you get stuck in the city of innocent deaths, hungry and thirsty, waiting for your original lifespan to run out. But for most of us, the gray area, the people who told white lies and cut corners, we have to face the mirror. The Nia Jingtai, the mirror of retribution. Located just to the right of the king's desk, this is the most sophisticated piece of technology in the universe. See, when humans are accused of crimes, we lie, we deny it. We say, "I didn't mean to." We hire lawyers. King Qingguang doesn't argue. He just points to the mirror. When you look into it, you see a cinematic replay of your life, but not the version you tell your friends. You see the intent. The mirror, the texts say, illuminates the heart and liver. It sees through your guts. It strips away the social mask. You watch yourself betray your friend. You watch yourself cheat on your taxes. And the terrifying part is, you realize that nothing was hidden. The universe was recording everything, in high definition, the entire time. This is psychological torture. It breaks your ego. Once you are broken, once you admit your guilt, the king stamps your file and sends you down to the punishments. Now, things get dark. The courts from number 2 to number 9 are essentially specialized prison blocks. Each king rules over a specific type of sin. And the punishments? They are ironic. They are designed to fit the crime with poetic, brutal precision. Let's look at the second court. This is for the cold-hearted. If you were a kidnapper who sold children, or a doctor who sold fake medicine to the sick, you are sent to the hell of ice. You froze your heart to the suffering of others in life, so you are frozen in a block of ice in death. Or, if you were a gossip, someone who used their words to break up marriages or ruin reputations, you go to the tongue-ripping hell. Demons with hot iron pincers pull your tongue out. It's visceral, it's nasty, but the logic is clear. You misused the tool of speech, so the tool is destroyed. Then there is the third court, presided over by King Songdi. This is for the ungrateful, the disloyal, those who betrayed their country or their superiors. Here, the punishment is heart gouging. It sounds like a horror movie, but it's a metaphor made literal. In Chinese culture, the shin is the seat of your conscience. If you were heartless in life, the demons cut open your chest to reveal that emptiness. But perhaps the most famous figure in this underworld is King Yanluo, the fifth king. He's actually a celebrity. In life, he was Bo Yung, the famous Judge Bo of the Song dynasty. He was so incorruptible, so fair, that the gods gave him a job in hell. King Yanluo has a special punishment called the viewing home terrace. Before he throws you into a vat of oil or saws you in half, he leads you to a high balcony. From here, you can see back into the world of the living. You see your family, but you don't see them mourning. You see them fighting over your money. You see your children suffering because of the debts you left behind. You see the people you hurt celebrating your death. It is the ultimate fear of missing out. It forces you to watch the ripples of pain you caused, realizing you are powerless to stop it. It teaches us a terrifying truth. The spirit world isn't disconnected from us. They are watching. The wall between the living and the dead is essentially one-way glass, and the view from the other side is heartbreaking. You might notice a pattern here. The sins getting punished aren't just religious sins, they are social sins. Cheating customers, disrespecting elders, wasting food. In the West, the worst sin might be rejecting God. In the East, the worst sin is unfilial piety, disrespecting your parents. This leads us to the eighth court, the hell of great heat. If you neglected your aging parents, if you didn't care for them when they were sick, you are crushed by burning carriage wheels. The symbolism is heavy, literally. You refuse to carry the weight of your duty in life, so you are crushed by weight in death. This obsession with family leads to the most famous story about Chinese hell, the legend of Mu Lion. Mu Lion was a monk with a divine eye. He looked for his dead parents. He found his father in heaven. But his mother? She was in the deepest pit, the Avicii hell, because she had been greedy and cruel. Mu Lian didn't say, "Well, she deserves it." He went down there. He smashed through the gates of hell to save her. But when he tried to feed her, the food turned into burning coals in her mouth because her karma was so heavy. Mu Lian realized he wasn't strong enough alone. He had to gather the prayers of the entire monastic community to save her. This story changed everything. It taught China that love is stronger than hell. It taught that a child's devotion can literally break the chains of the underworld. It's why, to this day, during the Ghost Festival, people burn paper money and offer food. They are acting like Mu Lian, sending resources to their ancestors, just in case they are stuck in a bureaucratic jam in the third court. Finally, after you have been frozen, fried, sawed, and crushed, after you have paid every single cent of your karmic debt, you arrive at the 10th court. The court of King Ju and Lun, the wheel-turning king. This isn't a courtroom. It's a departure lounge. King Ju and Lun looks at your file. You're clean. You've served your time. Now, he spins the wheel of reincarnation. Depending on how much merit you have left, you might be reborn as a wealthy prince, a hard-working scholar, or, if you still have some issues to work out, maybe a dog or a hungry ghost. But there is one last stop. A small pavilion at the exit, run by an old woman named Lady Meng. Meng Po. She is the goddess of oblivion. She hands you a bowl of soup, Meng Po Tong. It's the soup of forgetfulness. You have to drink it. There is no choice. And the moment that liquid touches your lips, everything is wiped. The torture, the mirror, the regret, the face of your mother, the name of your lover. All of it gone. It sounds tragic, doesn't it, to lose your memories? But think about it. It's actually the ultimate mercy. Imagine being born, remembering the pain of being sawed in half. Imagine a baby remembering the grudges of an old man. You would be broken before you even started. The soup gives you a clean slate. It gives you the innocence required to try again, to make better choices this time, to fix the karma without the burden of the past. So, why did the Chinese create such a terrifying, complex system? Why imagine a bureaucracy of torture? I don't think it was just to scare people. I think it was to give people hope. In the real world, the wicked often prosper. Corrupt politicians get rich, liars get promoted, the innocent suffer. It feels random. It feels unfair. But the 10 courts of hell promise us something powerful. The universe is not random. They promise us that there is a system, that every action is recorded, that no matter how much you get away with in the sunlight, you will eventually have to stand before the mirror in the dark. It re-enchants the world. It tells us that we are not just biological accidents fighting for survival. We are eternal souls on a journey of purification. The mist of the spirit world isn't far away. It's right here, overlaid on our reality. The 10 courts teach us that justice is inevitable, but they also teach us that suffering is temporary. Hell isn't a permanent residence, it's a classroom. And once you learn the lesson, once you drink the soup, you get another chance to get it right. So, the next time you look in a mirror, take a good look. Look past your face, look at your choices. Because according to the legends, that reflection is the only thing you get to take with you when the lights go out. Thanks for watching.